उमज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्तस्वामिन्निति नामिने। नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषा शून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेशतारिणे। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौरभक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। So now with this we have come to the last part of this chapter. Maybe one more verses left, that's it. So in this chapter, fundamental principles of material nature, answering the question by Mother Devahuti, Lord Kapila is elaborately explaining the process of creation. So how step by step the creation, this cosmic manifestation came into existence. Many items we saw in the previous verses throughout this chapter from the beginning, starting from Pradhana, Mahatattva, false ego, the false ego being agitated in different modes, those in turn giving rise to various objects and the creation of material elements and various characteristics of each of those elements, how it is distinguished from the one which was created previously. After that, we saw the creation of the presiding deities, the different demigods, which they take care or take in charge of different organs in the body, all of them. And finally, the Chandra, then just the previous verse we saw how the moon god was created, who is in charge of the mind. So after that, when all these creation, everything is over, still the Virat Purusha, the cosmic being, is not stirred into activity. He did not even spur, there was no movement. So this is what we are seeing in these set of verses. Initially, how the deity controllers, starting from the fire god, he entered the organ of mouth. Vahnir vacha mukham beje. Vahni, the fire god who is the deity in charge for the mouth, he entered the mouth again. Still, no datishta tada virat. Virat, he did not wake up. Granena nasike vayur. For nasika, for the nose, the deity is, who is that? Vayu, yeah, Vayu. So again still, Virat Purusha refused to be awakened. And Akshini, Adityaha, for the sense of sight, the sun god, still the Virat Purusha did not wake up. And then Shrotrena, for the ears, the deities presiding the different directions, still he did not get up. Then Tvacham, Romabhir, likewise all different demigods, they re-entered the body, and whatever they did, the Virat Purusha couldn't be put into motion. He couldn't be aroused. And finally, even including the greatest of demigods like Lord Brahma and Rudra, even after they re-entering the body, still the cosmic being did not stir. This is the word used. And finally, Chittena Hridayam Chaityaha Kshetrajnyaha Pravishadyada Virat Tadaiva Purushaha Salilad Uratishthata. When the same Supreme Lord in his form as Paramatma or the Super Soul entered, then cosmic being arose from the causal waters. See, ultimately we are seeing here how it may be the various devatas, the various created objects, and the Supreme Lord himself in his form as Vishnu. He is the presiding deity of the faculty of locomotion, the legs. Vishnur gatyaiva charano no datishtat tada virat. Even in the form of Vishnu, he entered as a presiding deity for locomotion. Still the Virat Purusha couldn't be woken up. But in this specific feature of Paramatma, the Super Soul, when he entered, yes, the Virat Purusha arose from the causal waters. Now, in the next verse, there is this example given, the verse which we read out today. Yatha prasuptam purusham. So here, there is an example given. How this Virat Purusha woke up. It is just like Yatha, just as prasuptam purusham. Say a man is sleeping. Pranendriya manodyaha prabhavanti vinayena. There is his vital force, that means his breath. There is his manaha, his mind. Diyaha, his intelligence. Still, vina yena, referring here to the Super Soul. Without the interference, without the help, without the sanction of the Super Soul, in spite of a person having all of these faculties, na utthapayitum ojasa, by his own prowess, he cannot be woken up. It is only by the sanction of the Super Soul a sleeping man can be, he can be aroused. I'll read the translation again. When a man is sleeping, all his material assets, namely the vital energy, the senses for recording knowledge, the senses for working, the mind and the intelligence cannot arouse him. He can be aroused only when the Super Soul helps him. So, the point, the main focus or the main point what we are trying to see here is, without the help of the Lord, without his direct intervention, nothing can happen. At every stage, at every step, we require his help. We require his mercy. We require his sanction. Just like for the simple activity of waking up a man who is sleeping, all organs may be fit, everything is fine, everything is okay. Just like we see, for example, in case of many hospitals or the doctors, for a person who has undergone some surgery, or it may be who has met with an accident, who has gone into coma, different things. The doctors, the medical people, they may try out. Can they guarantee, all his organs are intact, whatever is breathing, everything is okay, but still there are many times a person cannot be woken up. So, all the demigods, just like in the purport Srila Prabhupada says, this is the Sankhya philosophy which is described here, taking into account the different parts, getting into different details, everything is okay, but still if the super soul, the Supreme Lord sanction is not there, nothing can happen. This is exactly refuting the argument of the scientists, so-called scientists, who say by some combination of material elements, some chemicals, they will be able to create life. So here, through these verses from Bhagavatam, it is being refuted. Just by the combination of different chemicals, just by some manipulation of some materials, this cannot happen. Life cannot come into existence. Living force, putting him into action, cannot happen. This can happen only by the assistance of the super soul. So here, continuously reading these verses again and again, know that tishtad tada virat. The Virat Purusha who is sleeping in sleeping condition now couldn't be aroused. And the example given here in the Bhagavatam, a sleeping man cannot be aroused without the help of the super soul. One thing strikes at least to devotees who are struggling to wake up early in the morning. Without the help of super soul, this cannot happen. Everything we may try out, the best of the systems may be there, the best of the association is made available, the best facilities are made available, some different alarm systems or bell and this and that. The best of the ashram is whatever, things, everything is made available. Can it guarantee that we'll be able to wake up early in the morning? The answer is no. Individually also, a devotee may try different varieties of ways. Yes, of course, God helps those who help themselves. But just that doesn't guarantee. So through all of these things, we have to take home this main point. Until and unless we gain the mercy of the Supreme Lord, there is His sanction on our own, just by our own endeavor, no, things won't happen. We should be, as devotees, as sadhakas, we should be aware of this. There is another part of it, like devotees getting into, like say, a complacence, giving reasons. Hundreds of reasons we may give. Just like, I just made a few points related to that. Say, we may give the reason of, say, health reason. Some health reasons are there. So just try to see how, through the verses of Bhagavatam, the Bhagavad Gita, everywhere, again it is directed back towards the Supreme Lord only. I found this one very interesting verse in Bhagavatam. It comes in 9th Canto, chapter 17, text 4, wherein there is description of dynasty of the sons of Pururava, wherein all what a description of the dynasty is being given. So there, this verse comes. Dhanvantarir Dhirgatamasa Ayurveda Pravartakaha Yajnabhug Vasudevamshaha Smrita Matrarti Nashanaha. The translation goes like this. Dirghatama had a son named Dhanvantari, who was the inaugurator of the medical science and an incarnation of Lord Vasudeva, the enjoyer of the results of sacrifices. One who remembers the name of Dhanvantari can be released from all disease. At least theoretically we should know. One who remembers the name of Dhanvantari can be released from all disease. This is how Prabhupada translates. Smrita Matra Arti Nashanaha. One who remembers the name of Dhanvantari can be released from all diseases. Then other reasons like sleep is insufficient. If we wake up, maybe like still whatever, body is not, we are not feeling comfortable. Some stomach pain is there, some we may say some tiredness will be there, all of these things. Again we can connect it back. All of these different experiences which we undergo. In fact, in Ayurveda it is said, all the pains in the body is because of the manipulation of different airs in the body, of Vata. So we find in Bhagavad Gita, Lord Krishna says, Aham Vaishvanaro Bhutva Praninam Deham Ashritaha Prana Pana Samayukta Pachamyannam Chaturvidham. The Supreme Lord, He Himself resides in the body as that Vaishvanara Agni, the fire for digestion, with the combination of prana, apana, different kinds of airs. So he is the person who digests the food in the body. So he is situated in the body also as Vaishvanara Agni, and with the combination of different airs, he is the person who manipulates all these things. And then other reasons like somehow if we struggle ourselves to wake up from the bed early, our moods will be down, will not be enthusiastic, will not be whatever, different reasons related to the mind we may say. So ultimately these are all effects of, like say, Rajoguna and Tamoguna we say. It comes to under that category. Disturbance of the mind, different, all such things. So if we want to elevate from Rajoguna, from Tamoguna especially, to Sattva Guna, this also we should remember how it's only when a person is in Sattva Guna, or at least trying to come towards Sattva Guna, this natural activity of going according to the universal time cycle, rising early in the morning, sleeping in the night. Many times we don't get sleep during night time early. So all of these things, only when a person comes to Sattva Guna, these things will happen naturally. Otherwise a person more influenced by Rajoguna and especially Tamoguna, he may require more sleep, 10 hours, 12 hours, 14 hours a day, all of such things. So again, the solution, how from, okay, if at all I am now in Tamoguna, Rajoguna, how to elevate myself? Again, Bhagavatam gives the answer. Tada rajas tamo bhava kama lobhadayaschaye cheta eter anaviddham stitam sattve prasidati. From Rajoguna, Tamoguna, stitam satve prasidati. How to come to sattva guna? That's by Shrinvatam Swakatam Krishna Punya Shravana Kirtana. Again, we have to come back, or we have to rely upon devotional service only towards the Supreme Lord. Then, one more point let us consider. If we are not aware of the importance of that activity, if we are not aware of the benefits, if we are not in complete knowledge of the benefits of waking up early, coming for Mangalarti and all of these things, then again that inspiration may not come. So again, for that knowledge also we are dependent on the Lord. Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, Tesham evanu kampartham aham ajnanajam tamaha nashayami atma bhavasto jnana deepena bhasvata. I, residing in their hearts as Paramatma, will dispel the darkness born of ignorance, and I personally illuminate them with knowledge. So for proper knowledge, understanding also, we are dependent on the Supreme Lord. Another reason we can consider, the last one, okay, I know all these things, but morning time, none of these things I can remember. Whole day I will remember these things, but morning time, difficult to remember. We forget these things. So even for remembrance, which is that verse in Bhagavad Gita? Sarvasya chaham hridhi sannivishtaha mattaha smritir jnanam apohanam cha. From the Supreme Lord comes remembrance, knowledge and forgetfulness. Again, we are dependent on the Supreme Lord only. So the conclusion is, for everything we are dependent on Krishna. Only by the Super Soul's sanction will we be able to maybe perform what we want to perform. The Lord is equal to everyone, samoham sarva bhuteshu, but see, there is no shortcut. Somehow or the other, we have to please the Supreme Lord and get His mercy. And for that, what training is required, we need to undergo. Srila Prabhupada tells in one place how, just like a child, a small boy going to school. So in the initial days, the mother has to wake him up and make him get ready, take his bath, wear the clothes, take the bag, take the lunch box. At this time sharp, go, the school bus will come and drop him there. And in the school, some fixed lunch break, timings are fixed. This time he should take his lunch, this time he should come back, and all of these things, he'll be personally monitored. Over a period of time, naturally the child will learn what time to wake up, what time to have breakfast, when to go and take bath, when to brush the teeth, when to have his lunch. Everything will become systematized. Likewise, in the sadhaka stage, sadhana bhakti, in the initial days, we have to voluntarily, with some effort, try these things. Over a period of time, yes, it will become natural for us. If at all this is not happening, or we are finding it somewhere some difficulty, then we have to see, look at ourselves, introspect, where am I going wrong, how can I improve, how can I take help. In a humble way, all of this exercise needs to be done. One more argument I left, one more point may come up. Others are not waking up, so even I am also not inspired to. So the answer would be, it's a wonderful opportunity for us to preach. Wake up and help others to wake up. As Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says, Janma sarthaka kari kara para upakar. This is the maximum thing what we can do. Of course, I am not speaking some devotees with some genuine problems or whatever, but ultimately we have to be inspired because in one place, I'll read the quote of Srila Prabhupada. In a room conversation, is recorded in January 5, 1977 in Bombay. Prabhupada says, examination or no examination, if they practice the rules, that is sufficient examination. Suppose one of the items that one has to rise early in the morning. So, if one is rising early in the morning, then what is the examination? That is already examined. If one has to rise early in the morning, attend the Mangalarti, sitting in the class and reading Bhagavad Gita, chanting Hare Krishna, these are all practical. There is no need of examination. If he is doing, then it is examination passed. See, this is the way Prabhupada explains here. If a person, he is doing all of these things, what all? Getting up early in the morning, attend Mangalarti, sitting in the class, reading Bhagavad Gita, chanting Hare Krishna. Through all these practical things, if he is doing means, there is no separate examination required. The examination is passed. So we can understand to this the importance of this. So here, let me tell you this one story which we have heard of, say, 3 friends. There are 3 friends and all the 3 are thieves. They are robbers. And from many days they are involved in stealing, going and stealing from many places, and somehow they are very intelligent and they are escaping. It went on for many days, many years, but somehow at one point of time all the 3 were caught and they were put behind the bars. Now these 3 people exhibited different characteristics there, or different ways. One person among them, after going into the jail, he did not stop his nefarious activities. Even inside the jail, he continued his stealing work. Maybe stealing some chapatis from other person's plate, stealing some clothes or towel or whatever, such things like that. And eventually it was again being noted and rigorous punishment was given inside the jail. Even after coming there, he is continuing those criminal activities. The second person, after going into the jail, he somehow became little used to, became comfortable there. He made nice friends with other prisoners inside the jail and was very active, helping others. And if at all some person is in need, he used to help them, made friendship with them, and he used to assist the jail authorities also in their jail management, and he was given some leadership roles inside the jail, and maybe one yearly the best prisoner award he got it, and he was very comfortable, very happy, making nice friends inside the jail, and he thought rest of the life I'll stay here, very nice place. He got accustomed there. But the third person, he understood, who am I? Actually, I have a family outside this jail. I have my wife, children to take care. Somehow, because of my bad activities of stealing and all, I have been put inside here. This is not my place. This is not my place. Actually, I am entitled for a higher kind of happiness, higher kind of pleasure which is available outside. Because of my past criminal activities, my freedom is curtailed now. So he starts working on it. What exactly is required for me so that as quickly as possible I'll be able to get released from this entanglement, being in that imprisoned condition. So, first of all, is the first person, he did not get into any criminal activities. No stealing or whatever, nothing, because if I do that, I'll become more and more entangled. So first he made that clear. I'll not continue with those nefarious activities. Second thing, whatever good things can be learned from his second friend. Okay, in the jail, okay, some whatever minimum friendship, helping each other, taking help, giving help, all of these things, maintaining good relation with the authorities there, all of these things, everything, it was done. But he was not completely lost there. So the second person was completely lost, as if, oh, this is very comfortable here, whole life I'll reside in the jail itself. No, this person, he could make out, this is not my place, I have a different place to stay, a more comfortable place. He was aware of these things, and he wrote a letter maybe to the Home Minister, to different whatever departments, and was working on his case continuously, trying to express himself that he has done his mistake, next time he won't do, appealing to different authorities, all of these things. And finally one day, maybe on the Independence Day or something, he was being released from the jail. So here we can understand, among these three, whom do we say is the most intelligent person? The third person. Yes. Likewise, as devotees, we should also learn a very important lesson here. Different people, different devotees coming from different backgrounds, different nature, different kind of body system, health and mental health and relational health, many things are there. What is required for me to follow the instructions of my spiritual master? We should go on accepting. We should be eager, we should be enthusiastic to accept those. What is detrimental for me to follow the instructions of my spiritual master? Or what is detrimental? What makes me not follow his instructions? I should avoid it. Consciously, we should continuously keep thinking about these things. It's nothing but anukulyasya sankalpaha pratikulyasya varchanam. Accept things favorable for Krishna consciousness, reject things which are unfavorable for Krishna consciousness. Continuously, a devotee has to work on this. At every step, we need to take this decision. Is this activity of mine helps me to progress in Krishna consciousness or not? It may be the simple activity like, maybe we are sitting in front of our prasadam plate. Can I take this one extra chapati or not? Very important decision is involved there. Is it favorable for my practice of Krishna consciousness? Will this help me to follow the instructions of my spiritual master? If it is yes, go ahead. Otherwise, no, we should tell no for it. So likewise, at every step we need to decide. We should be conscious, we should be alert. Whatever favorable for following the instructions of our spiritual master, we should be able to accept it. So with this we'll conclude. ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् भागवतम की, श्रील प्रभुपाद की। हिताय गौर प्रेमा।